Welcome to Remelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. Remelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle.
This week I'm sharing one of my dreams about a big casino win.
Woo!
Also, more catnaps that have to do with surprise centipedes, teeth falling out, and a really creepy premonition about a carjacking.
We're also talking about octopus aliens, yellow balloons, and Christmas trees.
We're also wrapping up our Déjà series, and we're talking about Deja Rêve, premonition dreams. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that, bestie.
This is a good one.
Let's get started.
Woo! Howdy, howdy.
Welcome.
Welcome. I'm going to just repeat everything.
Yes.
Just kidding.
We did just do the Deja Vu episode, so it doesn't.
I know.
It makes sense.
Fit. It could be appropriate.
It could.
How are you today?
Yes, all good. I'm good. That sounds bad. I'm fine.
Oh, that sounds worse.
I don't know.
Fine sounds worse than good.
I don't know.
It's like when you're mad and you're like, I'm fine.
I'm fine. The woman's
the
way to...
woman response.
That's how you know she's pissed.
Yep.
Things are good. I had there's a few months out of the year where I'm caught up on editing, and I am caught up on editing today.
Yay!
As of today. And we shoot our next wedding on Saturday. So I have 6 days where I'm caught up.
Oh my goodness, what are you gonna do? Just
clean the
chill.
house.
Clean the house.
Yep. Just needs it needs it. It's been
a minute.
Ignored for too long. Yes.
That is the
dust
one
bunnies
good
are collecting.
thing about moving into a new place is it's clean for a while
Yes.
before you actually get lived in.
That's true.
Maybe I should stay on top of this one this time.
That's what you always tell yourself, and it never works.
Right? Out. And then I'm like, I don't want all this crap on the counter. But do I do anything about it? No, I put a basket and throw the stuff in a basket, but I never go through the basket.
And then you just move the basket.
I just move
It's like the 10-minute tidy. Like, you just got to do that 10-minute tidy every day, and
I love
and
your
it
10-minute
helps,
tidy.
but,
You sound like my dad. My dad's like, if you did just do a little every day, it doesn't build up. I'm like, thanks,
it's
Dad.
true.
I know how
still,
it works.
You still have to dust and vacuum. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Today's catnap day, which means I've got a dream for you.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited.
And it's kind of funny because, let me get started with it. Okay. And this is my handwritten note, so please forgive me if it's a little, if I can't read my own writing.
This is going to be very real.
I didn't write in 14-inch font, that's for sure. I should have.
Damn it. 14-inch? That'd be huge. You need a lot of
one letter per page.
1 letter per page. You're like
14
this
point
could
font.
take a while.
0.2 It's going to take a really long while. It's like going to the eye doctor and having to look at that big E, and they're like, what letter is it? And I'm like, I still can't see it. I'm blind as a bat.
Number 3.
Is it a smiley face?
4.
All right, so here it goes.
Yes.
I was waiting for something while in a casino.
Okay.
I had 10 cents, so I decided to put it in a slot machine.
Well, good luck, sister.
I hit the jackpot, and I won $51,000.
Off a dime? Congrats.
Yeah, that's a pretty good return on investment.
That's a pretty good return on investment.
But I was bummed that I didn't bet more. But I guess that's all I had, so what was I going to do?
I mean, it still came out pretty well.
Mm-hmm. I walk over to a table where a bunch of people were sitting. Maybe that's who I was waiting for. I'm not sure. I showed my payout ticket to one guy. I'm not sure why. Maybe I was trying to impress him. Johnny Depp was also at this table.
Of course he was. Of course he was.
The return of the Johnny Depp dream.
I was like, I wonder when did you dream this, I wonder?
This is in October, so not too long ago.
Okay, I thought it was maybe in the whole midst of the
No, this is a recent one.
He just never leaves your mind.
He just never leaves my mind. I don't know why. He's
just
always
kinda
there. He's in my...
He's just there.
Okay. Some rando at the table says never to leave a hot machine. And so I should put it in and try one more time. So I decided to take his advice and go and put $1 in this time.
Oh, $1.
I pull.
Okay, yeah.
And another jackpot. This time I win I win $510,000.
Ow! Nice!
I look at my bet and realize I didn't bet $1 and I only bet 10 cents again.
Oh my God! You better stay at this machine. You've won $550,000 some dollars at this point, off 20 cents.
I'm a half mil up.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I was mad because I thought I had bet $1 and I only bet 10 cents, and I wondered how much I would have won had I done what I had planned. I think I would have known the difference between a dollar bill and like a dime, but maybe not.
Maybe if they're on those little slips of paper, maybe you just didn't see enough zeros. Like when you print it out.
At this point, I'm starting to get nervous, and I shouldn't have told the people how much I won because I didn't want to get robbed.
Like you have the cash in your purse at this moment.
Yeah, no, it's just a ticket. But still, I don't want anyone taking my damn ticket.
It's just a ticket, but I can't believe they print a ticket for $500,000.
Yeah, no, I think that's called a hand
run
pay.
over to you.
You have to give your social security number and shit, and they give you one of those big checks. The big check. That's what I want.
I have been with someone that has won over $1,000.
Really?
And they need to fill out forms.
Yeah, the
Not
tax
me,
forms.
sister.
Yeah.
I
wish. No.
I've never had that problem. I just know I can't imagine if you won 500,000 plus 50, the forms they would be over there making you fill out. Not just a little slip I would just bring to the cashier. Hey, can I get 10s?
Right. Can I get 10s? Can I get this $500,000 in 10s, please? Or dollars? I just want to roll in it. Just give me my moment.
Throw it in the air and roll around. Which I've always wanted to do, but I think everybody has.
Oh, speaking of that, I was playing some game with my parents. Do you ever play that game, Never Have I Ever?
You were playing that with your parents?
Yeah, it's not a good game to play with your parents because
it's not. It's
this was like Christmas game. This was Christmas a few years ago, and my sister's stepdaughter brought the game, and so we were all sitting in the garage where we as adults hang out so the kids can go elsewhere.
There's an actual board game for it?
There's cards. So you pull a card.
I've only played the drinking game where you know.
So it's the same thing. It just has cards. And so the question came up, have you ever rolled around in money? Roll around naked in money. And everyone's like, no. And it gets to my dad. He goes, yes. And we all look at him. We're like, what? Oh God, why? I don't. Do I want to know? I don't know if I want to know.
But two, I don't want to know anymore.
I guess my dad had a great day at the casino, and he brought back a bunch of singles, and he threw them on the bed, and that's the story I was told.
Okay, but I mean, I don't want to make it even weirder, but did your mom partake in this activity?
I'm sure it wasn't alone romping in the dollar bills.
I don't know if you should do it alone. That seems a little, a little weird.
It seems a little sad if you're doing it by yourself.
Can you see the two of them? I mean, don't imagine it, but
no,
that's
please
so
don't.
funny. He comes home and they're like, yeah, let's just roll around in it. And let's tell our kids 40 years later.
Let's do it, baby. You know how many rum and cokes were involved in that? I don't know. I think the game shortly ended after that. We're like, okay, so let's play euchre or something. Yeah. Who's going to take a cards? But no. So I've never, but apparently my dad has.
Well, maybe someday you will. Can't wait to hear about it.
I will let you know. I'll be honest with the bestie out there.
Thank
All
you.
right. So I decide to leave the casino, and I'm outside walking with a realtor, some rando woman, and Johnny Depp. Okay. So I guess we left together? I don't know.
You probably arrived together, so you just don't remember that part. I mean, you're very close.
There's also a rando realtor and a rando girlfriend of Johnny's.
Uh-oh. Boo.
I got the feeling that the girlfriend didn't want me there. Neither did the realtor. But JD did, and he invited me.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Come on.
JD wants you there, then you're going to be there. Fuck those randos.
We were walking through an outdoor mall, and the realtor was showing Johnny different restaurant locations for sale. He didn't seem too interested, but he was in me, and he kept flirting with me.
Ow!
This girlfriend kept getting pissed off, and I knew their relationship was just for publicity and that he really was interested in me.
Oh, I love this story.
And then I woke up.
Oh, you bitch.
Hey, I won like $500,000, and Johnny Depp was flirting with me. So I don't think overall that's a bad dream. I'd have that one again.
That's a pretty damn good dream. And again, good ROI on that dream. I mean, you spent 20 cents. I mean, I don't know what.
Yeah, it's a pretty good investment.
But you know what? Your brain actually went to the exact same place my brain would go to, where I would be like, what would I have got if I bet $1? Or, the max,
right.
Like
God
when you win
damn it.
something.
Yes.
And it costs, even you were paying penny slots, there's like 75 lines, to play.
Sure.
Like,
so you can pay $1. Yes.
I was excited.
Yeah,
I won $10. Maybe I would have won 510,000. I don't know.
Yeah. The funny thing is Mark and I just went to the casino the other night because it was a random, I think it was Friday. And after I got all my editing done, I was like, okay, or Mark wanted to go. I'm like, yeah, we could go to the casino. Yeah, it was fun. And so we took out some cash and didn't do great to start. We were just playing like video poker. And then, we were both playing blackjack, which we did
like
crap at, and then we did great at. Yeah.
Oh,
and then we did crappy again.
Table. Crap.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. It makes me very, very anxious and nervous. But I know the rules. I know how to play, but I don't know. I just don't want to do anything wrong because then it screws up the whole table.
With other people, because when there's other people that actually are into it, they're like, you took my fucking jack or something, and you're like, I'm sorry.
Right. You should have played that differently. I know.
Yeah.
But it was okay. But we were still down a decent amount. And so then finally we had $25 left, and he had it in chips. And so we went over to the roulette table. And I'm like, he's like, here, just put it on black. And I'm like, okay, I like playing roulette. It's fun. So I put it on black and we won. So now I got $50. And then he's like, okay, just put it in there. I'm like, okay. And so I put it all over, and then we ended up winning 190 on that one. And so even though we walked out of there
negative
down, it wasn't as down as much as it should have been had we not won those last two things I realized. So it was fun. It wasn't $500,000,
right? No, it wasn't $500,000, but it was
not even close.
You didn't actually even win anything, if we're going to be honest.
No, it's pretty sad when you walk out of the casino and you're like, I feel good, but I just gave you $100. Yeah, I feel great.
I feel like a lot of people do that, where they're like, I won $3,000 at the casino, and you're like, yeah, but how much did you put in?
How much did it take you?
Is this $3,000 profit? Or is this what you left with at the end of the night after you put in like $7,000?
Pretty much. Unless you get that big paycheck.
But you know what happens every once in a while. And if you're having fun and you're not breaking the bank.
Exactly. Yep. It was budgeted for, and then it's you have fun and it's entertainment. So
yeah, exactly.
Good fun.
Good dream, Mindy.
Oh, thank you.
Oh no, thank you.
Bestie. Hey, you know what you should ask for Christmas? Here's just a suggestion. If your list is a little light this year, ask to join the Sleepover Squad. Santa. Yay! It's on my list.
Santa.
The Sleepover Squad is a fun place we have for all of our besties who support the show, where you get extra content, extra dreams, behind the scenes. So much fun. Merch store is going to be up soon, and so we can't wait to share that all with you. So head on over to remelations.com/support. There you can join our Sleepover Squad. You can follow our social medias. You can share a dream. That's how you can support the show. And everyone, we appreciate all of your support.
Yes, thank you. It is a good time, though, thinking of Christmas list stuff. Good point. If you've been nice, we'll take you. Even if you've been naughty, you can join the Sleepover Squad.
Brooke wants the naughty ones.
I want the naughty ones, let's be honest.
I want the nice ones. So we also have cat naps.
Yes, cat naps. I love my cat naps.
Here we go. So this cat nap comes from our bestie Kelly in Australia.
Ooh, Kelly, hi.
Okay, it starts. I dreamed I was losing my teeth. One came loose and I pulled it out. And then another came out when I coughed. As I went looking for help, I could feel one side of my mouth kind of swelling, while the other felt as though there were loose teeth and bits of broken teeth that I had to keep spitting out. I ran into an acquaintance who, after talking to me about it, said she knew a dental nurse, but we'd have to go see him at the club as it was nighttime.
At the club?
Don't trust the dentist at the club. I don't think that's a good plan, Kelly.
That's not a good environment. No.
Meanwhile, I found I had another layer of baby teeth and one was loose. I pulled it out and it was long like a fingernail and it had black with spots on it.
Oh, no! I'm glad that got removed from your body.
Oh.
It doesn't sound healthy. It doesn't sound healthy.
No, it sounds like a rotten baby tooth. I don't like this dream, Kelly. We went to the club and my acquaintance spoke to the bouncer who said we would have to wait for the dental nurse to show up because who knows when that would be, but he would eventually come. While we were waiting, another person came to talk to us. And when I said who we were waiting for, they said, "He's not a dental nurse. He's a psychologist." I felt totally betrayed. Turns out, despite the teeth in my hand, my acquaintance thought it wasn't real. And then I woke up. And then Kelly said, I booked in with my therapist already.
I love that dream, Kelly. I think that's a good one.
Oh.
Only because I feel like the dreams I have most that I actually do remember, and I did share one of my dreams once, I feel like. It's always dental related, like teeth falling out or teeth loose.
It's such a common.
Typical stress. It is
so
such a common one. But, I mean, I never had to go to the club to get my teeth fixed.
To find your dental nurse.
Oh, I'm not a dental nurse, a psychiatrist? Psychologist? Which?
Yeah. So I would be like wondering, I would look at my friend and be like, "Do you think I need mental help? I'm just having a tooth problem here. What are you trying?
Do you see my hand
black
full
spotted
of my teeth?
tooth?
I'm not making this up."
Stressful, Kelly. Stressful.
Oh,
and
stressful.
Yeah. Ugh, nah. No, thank you.
Well, I've got a short little ditty from Emily.
Perfect.
It's just a one sentence one, but I thought it made me laugh. So I had a crazy dream several years ago about a giant octopus-like alien that had descended on a house party I was at. And that's it.
Okay.
I wouldn't want that to happen. I wouldn't want that.
He's like, oons, 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 oons.
He's got his 8 legs going, like all different directions.
That's a lot of glow sticks. That's too many.
Octopi, they can't afford glow sticks for every leg. That's too many glow sticks.
That's too many. Well, you got 2 bottles of water and then like maybe 6 glow sticks.
Yeah. Let's use your legs appropriately to get you through this party.
Yeah, totally.
It was short and sweet, but thanks, Emily. I wouldn't want to be at that party.
This next one comes from Steven, and Steven's from Des Moines. And he was mentioning how last week we had talked about Deja Vu, so he said he had a premonition dream. And so here it goes.
Ooh.
Yesterday I had a dream. I usually never remember my dreams, but I remember part of this one. I was looking for something in my underwear drawer, and there was a centipede on a pair of boxers. I don't know why. I didn't give a shit about my dream and just kept on doing what I was doing. So today, about 30 minutes ago, I was about to take a shower. I had my towel and underwear in my hand, headed to the bathroom, and I remembered the dream. I just checked my boxers. There was a fucking centipede chilling on them. I threw them on the floor and stomped the shit out of them.
Oh, no.
And then he adds, a dream that I had saved my balls from being centipeded.
Ow! Is that even a thing? I mean,
I don't know.
I know
centipedes
human
on balls.
centipede, but I don't think the centipedes are gonna bite you.
I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel on there.
I mean, I don't think I would prefer feeling it.
Maybe you should have tried it.
Maybe that's going to be the new craze. You got to throw that centipede in your panties.
You don't want anything with 1,000 legs crawling around your private parts.
That would skeeve me out big time, but
Yeah.
I mean, you could have relocated it. And what does that centipede mean? And why did it actualize?
Good thing he looked. Good thing he looked.
Good thing he looked. All right, I've got this next ditty from Mr. Josh, and he's from Madison.
Okay.
I woke up in a room full of balloons of every color, shape, and size. Only I had no idea where I was or how to escape. I couldn't see anything, and I was feeling very claustrophobic. I would be freaking out, too. I don't like the idea of, like, not knowing where I am or how to get out. Panic was setting in big time, and I started hyperventilating.
No.
I felt something in my hand, and it was a string attached to a yellow balloon.
Okay.
I just followed the balloon and noticed it was the only yellow one. I immediately felt at peace because when my mother passed, she said she would always try to find a way to reach out to me using the color yellow. Before I knew it, I was free from the room and the yellow balloon was gone.
Oh my God.
That's it. Isn't that
That is wow.
Oh my God, Josh. I mean,
Yellow.
you hear
And
stories like that all the time where it's like, I do too, where like, I'll try to communicate with you through a ladybug or a butterfly.
Right.
Or something. But the color yellow, and it happened in a dream, but it saved him in a dream. Maybe he needed saving in real life.
Ooh, maybe.
I don't know. I just love that story.
You know, if I ever visit and haunt you, if I die, Brooke, I am going to not make it so pleasant.
Thank you so much.
I will make sure it's something funny.
I'm not going to make it so pleasant.
Like, I'm gonna throw a book off your shelf or something to really fuck with you, just so you know.
Okay, well, good. I hope you do, because that'll get my attention. Let's see. What am I going to do to you? I'm going to turn your shower water ice cold.
That's rude. But I totally know it's you. That or it was the water heater went out.
Be like, she's having her beer shower, and all of a sudden it's freezing. I'm like, oh, hi, Brooke. Miss you.
Yes, darling. Hello. Missed you.
I'll make it hot again. It's just for like a second. I just want to say hi.
All right. This next one comes from Laura, and Laura's from Alabama.
Yay.
I just had a dream last night that was super unnerving.
Uh-oh.
I got kidnapped by some dude and his family. They let me have my phone, but it had no signal or internet. No matter how hard I tried, I could not communicate with anyone. And she goes, in real life, I've lost 100 pounds, and in the dream, they wouldn't let me exercise and just kept feeding me junk food.
Oh, no.
I mean, I get the stressor from your standpoint here, Laura, but I mean, I'll take a ho-ho and some Nutter Butters and a Bear Claw. And it's fine.
I'll take some more of some nachos or something savory.
Can you? Excuse me, kidnapper sir. Can I get some extra cheese and?
I really would like some guac on these nachos, please. Thank you.
I don't think that's bad enough though. You're gonna have to go with like cheese curds.
Oh, like cheese curds on top of a taco or something?
Yeah.
Let's all combine.
So Laura goes on to say, I kept trying to get away. I escaped the house into the woods and got a signal on my phone. I called my mom and got through to her and could hear her, but she couldn't hear me.
Oh, no.
I escaped to a shopping area, but everyone I tried to help just kept turning me over to my kidnapper family.
Nice.
At the end of the dream,
good.
I tried escaping the kidnapper's elderly father or father-in-law, but when I tried to run, it was that slow dream run.
Oh, no.
I know we've all had it before.
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up. This one will still stick with me all day.
Oh, yeah, that's a doozy.
I like the junk food. That's fun.
That
Kidnapping,
is fun.
not so much.
Not fun.
Not so good.
Only feeding her junk food.
Right, that's so weird.
She's like, I just want it.
It just sounds so good.
All right. Well, I just felt so badly for Emily earlier with her octopus dream because it's just one tiny little sentence. So she did actually submit another little one. So I'm going to share this one from Emily as well. It's a little bit different. The first week away at college, I had a nightmare that I was babysitting my brother and a serial killer was after us. I was running and running, and eventually was trying to hand him off to people in a boat, but they weren't close enough. And I woke up with my arms wrapped tightly around a pillow.
Oh.
And that's it. It's sad. And she's like trying to save her brother.
But how physically you physically will do something
like holding up this pillow like her brother. It reminded me of your dream where you were trying to get your daughters to get up that I don't know what it was. Your sister was in charge of letting people into this next world or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And like you were trying to like, you could only bring 2 kids or something, and you're trying to
so
like,
stressful.
And then it got closed off like before you could get through.
Right.
Yeah.
This next one's a dream story, and this one comes from Robert from Concord, California.
All right, Robert.
When I was 8 years old, I had a dream that terrified me.
Uh-oh.
I was on a steep, rocky hill with my brother and a couple of other kids. We started racing down the hill, picking up speed as we got further down. About the time I realized how fast I was going, I started tumbling down head first and rolling. What stopped me was hitting a small boulder with my knee. I screamed myself awake and convinced I had broken it. So here's the story.
Okay.
A year later, my family took a trip to see my uncle in Seattle.
Okay.
While the adults were spending time together, my brother and I ran off to play. Found a few kids to get in trouble with. I'm sure you can see where this is going. So up an almost mountain we went. We got halfway up and turned to look down. We had to at least be 50 yards up. It was gorgeous. There was a river that ran across the highway and another steep, almost mountain rising up the other side. These scenes were incredibly etched into my childhood mind to this day, and are some of my favorite memories. My brother suggested racing to the bottom, and of course, being kids, we all took off without hesitation. Right as I was thinking about how
his dream? Sorry.
Right as I was thinking of how big a mistake we might have just made, I started tumbling, rolling. The dream came back to me in all its hazy glory, and I kept thinking, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I don't think I made a single sound the whole way until I hit a stupid rock, and I hit it with the same knee as I did in my dream. I screamed, thankful I wasn't dead, but I had certainly broken my knee. I continued screaming until my dad got there. He must have run like the devil to get there so fast. He checked my knee, nothing but a big old goose egg. I honestly didn't believe him. He carried me down. I told him all about the dream. I don't even know if he believed me or not, but he never said he didn't.
Wow. What do you, I mean, I'm not going to get into it in a catnap, but what do you think that premonition means? Wow.
That was definitely a precognitive dream. Like, yeah.
That's awesome.
It was warning you not to run down a hill with rocks.
Like, maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe it's just not even, that like layered. It's just like, don't run down a rocky hill.
Okay, that should be in the rule book. Yep.
I feel like that's in my top 10. Don't run down a rocky hill. Don't walk down a rocky hill. Don't put a foot on a rocky hill, because no matter what's going to happen, you're going to fall down this hill.
Yeah, no,
that's
rocks and hills
experience.
do not get in. Yeah, do not get along. Yep.
And me and gravity and I don't get along in general, so add rocks to the mix, and it's a
disaster
cocktail
waiting to happen.
Yes,
yeah,
it is. All right, so this one comes from Farah, and she's from Ames.
Mm-hmm.
I was putting up my Christmas tree and was putting the ornaments on in sections. Each time I finished one section, another would appear, making the tree taller and taller. I was irritated because now I had to climb the tree to get to the taller levels.
This sounds beautiful.
It doesn't sound so bad. But at each new level, there was a beer waiting for me. So it really doesn't, sound that bad, except for the beer
I'm still
part.
with you. I mean, that helps me with when I decorate for...
Replace beer with anything else? Yeah, I'm going to decorate this fucking tall tree. Now I was fine with climbing. Up because there was more alcohol the higher I got. I was pretty tipsy and was worried about falling when I put the star on top. That is the downside. So I was worried about falling when I put the star on top, but it went perfectly. And better yet, there was a candy slide that curved all around the tree the whole way down.
Oh,
and the
beautiful.
view was spectacular. And then I woke up. I love this one.
I want to go to this winter wonderland of tree decorating, beer finding, candy cane slide. The alcohol tree.
I want to go to the alcohol tree slide. I love it.
It sounds so good.
Farrah, I love that one.
Yeah, I like that one. That one is my favorite Christmas dream we've read yet.
Yes, it might be the only. I'm sure we have more to come.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
All right, this one comes from Emily. She starts, "It felt too real to be a dream. I was in the family SUV and my dad was driving. Dad, me, mom, and 3 other kids. But it wasn't including my sister, which I thought was weird. We were having a family vacation of some sort. So we were driving in Mexico and suddenly saw a blockade ahead of us. Dad said something like, 'Don't worry, kids, it's just a checkpoint.' He slowed the car to a crawl, and the kids resumed their alphabet game. And then she said, 'You know that game, collecting alphabet in order from A to Z and getting so mad when you get to Q, but then thrilled when X comes up, yay for exit signs.'"
That's not an X, though. That's an E.
That is... I agreed, but maybe they have rules that they can use exit sign as an X.
Okay.
I'm a little more stiff in my rules of the A to Z.
I was going to say, I feel like you wouldn't let this one go. You wouldn't let this one fly.
No, I wouldn't. My kids, there's an X Sport Fitness by our house, and so sometimes when we get bored, we'll play this game.
And you pass that,
X Sport. Yeah,
maybe you can hold that one like it's like a token. Like I'm holding the X Sport by our house as a future token to use during the alphabet game.
Yes. Mom and Dad were whispering in the front seat, and I noticed something was off. This wasn't right. Then I saw a gun in the window. Now, I don't know much about guns in real life, but at this moment, I knew exactly what kind of multi-shooting monster this type of firearm would claim to be. Multiple shots fired into the vehicle, and we, the kids, did our best to dodge the bullets. I saw colors, reds and purples.
Whoa!
I also saw the clouds of screams emanating from my younger siblings, aged 5 through 12. I saw yellows and browns and auras of clouds of screams. And then I was in a ditch being covered in dirt. I was gasping for breath, kicking unsuccessfully at the earth being dumped on top of me, arms pinned behind my back. Oh, this is heavy. I opened my mouth to scream, but no sound came out. This was a nightmare, damn it. This had to be a dream. It made sense. I mean, my dad didn't look like my dad, and my mom didn't look like my mom, and my sister wasn't in the car, and I only had one sibling. I suppose my children and nephews could have been the kids in the car, but still, it just didn't make sense.
It was a dream.
Damn you, subconscious. Somehow, I willed myself awake and immediately wrote down all the details I could remember. I keep a notebook on my bedside table because I tend to have very vivid dreams.
Mindy, this might be your dream match.
It is a dream match. Emily. Whoa, it's very heavy.
Wow,
very
lots of
heavy.
Colors. Like, lots of colors and seeing colors, not just
and the felt like how she
colors.
felt like.
Yes,
but it's not done yet.
Oh shit! Oh god, I'm like already like exhausted.
Fast forward to the next day. The next day, I heard of a Mormon family being carjacked in Mexico.
Oh,
do you remember the story? I think it was national. I don't particularly off the top of my head.
I mean, there's lots of carjacking, so it's kind of hard to keep them straight.
She goes, I don't know the intricate details of the story, only that I saw the headline and read a few sentences. The moment I saw family, Mexico, carjacking, I just closed the internet window. I couldn't read on. I heard on the news snippets of the story. Mormon, carjacking, gunfire, family of 6. I cannot handle knowing it was either happening when I was sleeping or I channeled this event before it happened. I know there's nothing I could do to prevent what happened because, hey, cops, I had a bad dream about this carjacking somewhere in Mexico. And they'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever, lady.
Yeah, they're like, okay, go smoke another pipe, lady.
Also, let me say I've never been to Mexico. I've never driven through a desert. I don't know guns at all. I don't own them. I don't want to own them. But you know, my dudes, the point is, I could not identify a gun by the type, capacity, etc. I'm not religious in any way, shape, or form. The car had some sort of religious deity on the dashboard or the rear window. I have one mom, one dad, one sister, none of which were also in the vehicle with me.
Okay.
If I dream about people I don't know, they usually don't speak in the dream. They usually have a face that looks like they want me to know something, but I can't get them to talk to me. Sometimes they're sitting in a living room. Sometimes they're leading down a long red hallway. When I do dream of people who speak, they are loved ones. We are usually visiting an old place where I used to frequent, like my college cafeteria.
This is getting more and more fascinating, like very in-depth in the dream.
Yeah. So to wrap it up, I am convinced I channeled this horrible event and experienced it in my dreams. I wasn't sick. I hadn't taken any major meds or no sleeping pills. And that's from Emily.
Sorry, Emily. This is not your fault.
That's heavy.
That is heavy AF.
That is one of the craziest dream stories I think we've read to date.
It is. It is. Two crazy dream stories running down the hill of rocks and the Mexico dream story. Like they both happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of mind-blowing.
And the fact that like she just didn't, it was so unfamiliar to her in her dream. I mean, I wonder if it's astral projection, but she was in that car. She'd never
been there and she saw everything so clearly. She was in that car. She felt that
somehow.
Like I said, those colors, the color things is what got me in that. Because it's like, I don't know
very
necessarily
specific.
what each of those colors means, but it was very specific to her. And it wasn't just seeing, it was feeling the color.
And that's the scariest part, right? Oh, Emily.
That is, right?
Emily's a very vivid dreamer. I know I've got another one from her. We'll share another episode, but wow. Yes. Incredible.
Please. And we love when you share dreams, whether they're scary, whether they're happy, whether they're short, long, or whether they're a dream story. But this is why you listen, and this is why we're here. So please keep sharing. Please keep sharing. Go to remelations@gmail.com. Again, share anything you have, whether it's a question you might have for us or just in general, a dream story, catnap, whatever.
We want to hear it all. Just say hi. You can say hi to us too.
You can just be like, hey, and we'll be like, hey.
Hey, girls.
Hey.
Hey. All right, bestie, if you remember last week we were talking about Deja Vu, Deja Jamas. This week we're talking about Deja Reve. And I know, Brooke,
I've been so excited to hear this. I haven't looked up anything because I wanted to be excited and to hear what you had to say. So I've been really excited.
So Deja Reve is the idea that in French literally means already dreamed. And so when we were talking about déjà vu last week, it's the fact that you find something familiar that's happening currently, but you may have already experienced in a dream. So just like the couple of dreams we were talking about tonight that were we call premonitions or precognitive dreams, it's the same idea. So either you've dreamt about walking down the street or into the store or this area, and it might be something that's simple. Like you may have conjured this scene in your head, and then when you actually experience in real life, it seems like deja vu. But it can also mean that you're predicting what the future might actually have. Ooh. And that's the fun I'm going to talk about today. I have a little story here for you, and I'm not sure if you remember this, and trigger warning on this one a little bit, sad story, death, check the show notes. I'm not sure if you remember this, Brooke. This is the Texas A&M Bonfire tragedy.
Bonfire tragedy? Oh, no.
Yeah, this happened in 1999, so just as we were getting out of high school ourselves.
Shh. You don't have to share that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's not share. Well, never mind.
No, our besties know how old we are. It's fine. We keep no secrets. No, I don't. I mean, Texas A&M, you're not really
big
used
school.
to hearing about the bonfire tragedy.
Yeah.
So,
and this is a big deal. Okay. So let me start with how this bonfire started. So Texas A&M has a rivalry school, the University of Texas, Austin. And so for the last 90 years, they have been building a bonfire the eve before this big game, this big football rivalry. Now, Texas A&M is an old school, very old school. The first time they built this bonfire was in 1907. So this is a really, really old tradition.
Yeah, I would say
this,
so.
originally started with just piling trash and debris onto a pile and lighting it on fire.
Well,
Yay,
that's usually
fire.
how bonfires start.
The first photo of it was documented in 1928, and it's been a tradition up until our fateful day in 1999.
Oh.
Freshmen would help build this to prove their worth as students. And for a while, when this tradition, so say first started, students started stealing lumber intended to build a dorm in 1912. And they also stole a whole barn from a farmer in 1935 to build their pyre.
A whole barn? How do you steal a whole
Needless to say, this farmer was not very happy with the students for stealing his barn.
How do you steal a barn? Piece by piece?
I think if you get a mob of kids just going somewhere and just ripping a barn apart, I'm guessing that's how it happened.
Strong.
Yeah. So after they stole this farmer's barn, they just in 1935. The next year, the school decided to sanction the event and to make it like a school-sponsored event. So to prevent the theft.
Sure.
And then just like any great school of the time, they gave them axes and chainsaws and
right, what every
fuel for the fire,
late teenage, early
19-year-old
needs. Right, they're very responsible. Let's throw some alcohol in the mix and a chainsaw and see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. So this is 1935, but it continues. In 1942, the design changed to a large teepee, and the way they made the structure allowed them to move from 25 feet high to 50 feet high.
Oh, so we're getting bigger.
Yeah, bigger. 1952, they started using fresh cut logs.
Oh.
In 1978, they used a wedding cake style, which stacks the upper logs. They're wedged in top of like lower stacks, so it's like it looks like a wedding cake if you take a look at it.
Kind of like a layer cake.
And it's supposed to be able to get it bigger and bigger. Yeah, exactly.
Bigger and bigger. Okay.
This whole process took about 4 weeks before the bonfire. So they'd actually go chop the wood. They'd get it all positioned. They had students working 24/7 in order to construct this wood pile.
This sounds almost like hazing.
It sounds awful. And of course, women were not allowed in either because, well, I guess at the beginning, women were allowed to bring snacks.
Of course, because we can make the snacks, but we can't do the lighting of the fire or be present.
No, that's too much for a delicate mind.
It's dirty.
Who wants to get that under your nails, you know?
No.
But, later they did include women in the building of it. So all the dorms were usually represented by volunteers, so all of the houses at the university. And so it was a big, big deal.
Yes.
In the late 1990s, we were talking about 5,000 students combined, working about 125,000 man-hours to construct this bonfire.
Is redonkulous. I'm sorry. Can you repeat those stats?
5,000 students. It took them 125,000 man-hours to construct.
Just to burn down.
This thing is huge.
Just to burn down.
But, the pictures, you're looking at this point, anywhere from like 60 feet high. They're looking 60 to 70 feet high on these. Insane. Oh, and then to add fuel to the fire, literally, they doused it in 700 pounds of jet fuel.
700 pounds? And not just fuel, jet fuel?
Yeah, jet fuel. This is an accident waiting to happen, and the jet fuel was actually applied by the A&am's fire training school. So just to make it sound like it's not so scary, but it's fucking scary.
Jet fuel? This is getting out of control.
And I don't think I remember hearing about this in the 90s. I don't.
I don't either. And this would be something that probably would have terrified us from going away to college.
Yeah, no shit.
No, I'm uncomfortable because I don't know where it's going.
I know.
Okay, let's just keep going.
The event got so popular that hotel rooms 65 miles away would be booked out weeks and months in advance. Wow. Crowds of 30 to 50,000 Aggies and Aggie alums would be there to watch this huge ass bonfire.
Oh my God. Okay. 50,000?
Now I'm going to jump ahead a bit here to 1999 when Kala Alexander woke up at 5:30 a.m. in a sweat and terrified from a nightmare.
Oh, no.
This is Kala's words. She wrote, "When I was in high school, my sister's best friend, Jerry, died in the A&M Bonfire collapse. The morning before the collapse, I woke up to a weird, unsettling dream. I dreamt that my sister and I were at a bonfire with Jerry. Okay. The fire spread across the grass, engulfed the crowd surrounding it. As we turned to run, Jerry kept pushing both of us forward, propelling us away from the fire and to safety. Just as we reached the edge of the crowd and made our break for freedom, we realized Jerry was no longer behind us. We turned at the same time, just in time to see the flames engulf him."
Oh my God!
So this is a dream.
Oh my God!
So now let's go to 1999. So Jerry Self was a friend of Kala and her sister, and he was a sophomore in engineering and technology major.
Okay.
He was helping build the bonfire on that day, November 18th, 1999, at 2:42 a.m.
That would have...
Sorry.
No, I'm just freaking out because this is like when we would be going to like our first or second like university, college, like bonfires.
Oh,
like,
yeah, this is right after. Yeah, right after school
like,
started. So at 2:42 a.m., 58 students and former students were working on the stack. The stack was 59 feet high when 5,000 logs collapsed during construction.
Oh my God.
12 students were killed and 27 injured. Including the dead was Jerry Self.
Oh no! She dreamt it before that happened?
She dreamt it the night it happened, yeah. Kayla goes on to say, "It was a horrible dream, made much worse by the events that happened the next day. The radio was on in the kitchen when I walked out of my room, quietly giving information and updates about the collapse. My parents gripped their coffee mugs tightly, knowing that Jerry had been working there and waiting to hear any updates about injuries and fatalities.
Oh no.
We didn't find out he had died until that afternoon, but after that day I kept thinking about my dream. I knew before I heard the news that I'd never see him again. The experience I had may be called what is Deja Reve."
Maybe I don't like Deja Reve anymore. That was such a terrible story.
And what an awful premonition for this poor young lady.
I was going to say, doesn't it seem like these premonitions always end in bad things? Like, can we get a premonition,
always.
People, that is like, hey,
that's good. I won the lottery.
Win the lottery, and then you're going to find your soulmate, and then you're going to live in Bora
Let's
Bora.
get more of those. Yeah. Write them in, bestie. Let us know your good premonition dreams.
Please.
So in total, there were 12 victims. I'm just going to focus on Jerry just because of the tie-in to the Deja Reve. But I do want to give a little bit of information about him. His dad said, "You couldn't help but smile. You knew he always would have something fun to say. Aww. Jerry was the kind of son who acted beyond his age. He was a devout Christian and wouldn't hesitate to wake his father up on Sunday mornings to take him to church. In school, Jerry was involved in everything, and although he wasn't the best at whatever he tried, he always gave it his all."
I can't.
Which just speaks to kind of that character in that dream, you know what I mean?
His character, yeah.
And in one final thing, his father, Mike, said, he could speak to a 5-year-old and carry on a conversation with an adult. And I think that one sentence there just kind of speaks to the type of person. Like, you can get along with kids, he can have an adult. Like, he's just an all-around person that probably everyone loves.
He can relate to anybody and communicate with anyone. Oh my God. How do I not know about this story?
I don't know.
This is...
Yeah, now you're going to have to go look it up. We'll post some links in the show notes that have pictures.
God, now I'm going to be in like, you won't see me for 2 days because I'm going to be like looking into this.
Yeah.
I'm just so surprised.
And there's some great podcasts out there about what had happened in the collapse and from a physics standpoint, how it collapsed and what had happened and how the logs in the center had split. So interesting information. I'll put all the notes. All those links
I
in the
want
show
to
notes.
read about that too because it's like they've been doing it for so many years. What the hell happened this year?
Yeah.
What'd they do differently this year? Or was it just the wood? Like, okay, you're like, just read about it, Brooke. Okay, I'll read about it. You got me.
Oh, okay.
Me.
So going back to Deja Reve, Dr. Leslie Ellis is a therapist and dream expert. She explains the power of kind of this precognitive gift.
Okay.
She says it refers to it as thin boundaries and absorption, meaning that these people are open to different mental states and that our brains, in effect, can work on several tracks at once, which allows us to dream things that might possibly be in the future.
Okay. I'm in. I'm all in right now.
There's different kinds of Deja Reve, and we talked about a couple of them. So the first one is what they call an episodic manner. And some believe that they can pinpoint an exact moment they had a prophetic dream. So just like this one here, it was a prophecy of what was going to happen. And it's that's been going back since the beginning of time, right? And then we talked about Egyptians and prophecies and dreams. And even, do you know that even Abraham Lincoln had a dream 2 weeks before he was assassinated that he was going to be assassinated?
I did not know that, but hey, go ahead, Abe. He's got some sensitivity in him, huh?
I would not, specifically in a theater. So don't know why he brushed it off, but my dudes
I would be like, you know what? I don't really need to go to this show tonight.
No,
you know what?
I'm good. I think I'm not going to go ever again.
It was powerful enough for me to remember it. I'll be like, hey, maybe I'll skip this show tonight. Maybe I'll just stay.
I'll see it on video when it comes. I want to see it when it comes out on video. Oh, wait.
In 100 years.
The second one is what they call familiarity-based manner. So this is a hazy, dreamlike memory that echoes current situations. So that's the thing that I had mentioned earlier, where you may have dreamed of walking down Main Street in a town, and then you walk down Main Street in the town, and it looks like a dream you had.
Yeah.
The final kind is a dreamlike manner. This kind isn't so much recalling a dream as a feeling of the experience itself was dreamlike. So this can be like a strange and even nightmarish experience, almost like lucid dreaming, except for the subject knows that they are awake. So it's feeling like you're in a dream even though you're awake, because something is happening so horrifying at the same time.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
That's heavy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, friends, if you have any dreams, we prefer the nice ones, the ones where, a friend's pregnant, you win the lottery, anything like that would be greatly appreciated. But we've also had dreams before in the past where, like car accidents, where people are avoiding going certain directions because of car accidents. And all interesting.
That ends up being a good thing because they avoid that. Yeah.
Yep. Send them along. We'd love to hear them.
You doing anything fun today?
Life has been so busy. I just need to clean up my house. I got all of my Christmas trees, all 3 of them up now. So that feels good. Yes. 3 Christmas trees. I like Christmas. If you haven't learned that about me yet. So I'm hoping we kind of get a chance just to clean up the house and just sit and watch a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
A good lifetime holiday movie.
I was going to say, I know you and Mark both, maybe Mark even more, enjoy your lifetime movies. But we should post. Oh, never mind. He hates them. We should.
He's such a man.
He's such a man. He thinks they're stupid. No one likes them.
There's nothing more sexy than a man just being like, I don't care. I like lifetime
this
movies.
Movie. Yeah, I'm like, all right, let's watch it.
Do you have a favorite Christmas movie? What's the one thing you have to watch every year?
I would say maybe, for people our age at least, Home Alone. It was everything you wanted to happen as a kid, but
I wanted to be Macaulay Culkin.
Yes, and I always felt like the family dynamic, the mom was just trying so hard to get back to her son, even though he was a naughty little shit. And
I saw a meme somewhere that was like, do you realize that Kevin could have called the police at any point in time?
That's not a movie, though.
No, I'm going to take out these goddamn robbers myself.
And I appreciate his creativity. That's good parenting.
He was, yeah.
That's good parenting to come up with putting the fire on the door handle, the paint can coming. So we got to give that credit to Mama.
Oh,
and
good.
You know who played his mom?
Oh, my gosh. The one and yes.
One and only Catherine O'Hara. So.
Yes. What does Catherine O'Hara dream?
Oh, I gotta know.
Also known as Maura from Schitt's Creek, which is another one of our favorites.
Which BTW was something Saint Nick brought me. What did
Saint
Nick
bring?
usually brings me a different Christmas ornament every year, and this one was like the Rosebud Motel key was made into an ornament.
Oh, that's really cute.
I love my Schitt's Creek. Yeah, it's super cute.
So now you can put it on your tree with all your other pink ornaments. And
I know, it'll be like the one that's not pink, but
peanut.
it'll be very special because Saint Nick brought it. It does.
Cute.
It does. So yeah,
Good.
I love that.
Oh,
Yay.
It's a holiday season. It is fun.
It is. Just
I
enjoy
love
it,
Christmas.
people.
Here we are.
Here we are. It's happening. Whether you want it or not, it's happening. Here we go.
It's December. It's here. Get your stuff done. Get your presents done, wrapped, ready to go. Saint Nick, everything is ready. Here we are.
Oh my God, you got to get things together. And then what are we going to do for New Year's? That's right around the corner. Oh boy. Do you do Saint Nick's Day for your kids? Is that something you've done in your house?
That's a funny story actually, because normally, yes.
Okay.
Saint Nick, for our bestie out there who doesn't know, is a celebration of Saint Nicholas on December 6th. And Saint Nick comes the night of the 5th.
Is it? I never remember if it's the 5th or the 6th. Oh, the night of the 5th. Okay,
yeah.
That's
He comes the night of the 5th
out.
and fills stockings or shoes, yeah.
With
Did you celebrate growing up?
Oh, yeah, still do. Like I said, my parents don't have any grandkids, so my brother and I still get stockings. Saint Nick
still put your
comes.
nice.
My mom called me the other day. She's like, Saint Nick couldn't find you at your new place. I think he left something for you over here.
Oh. You're like, okay, I'll be by, Mom.
I'm like, all right. But like as we've gotten older, it's changed from like candy to like bottles of vodka or, like gift cards.
And that's a cool Saint Nick.
Yeah, it is a cool Saint Nick.
So earmuffs for any kids out there. Our kids are all teens. And so I'm like, they never even notice every year if I do Saint Nick. So I was so busy this week with a bunch of shit. And so I was like, you know what? I just didn't have time to run to the store. So the night before Saint Nick came, the youngest son goes, oh, so Saint Nick comes tonight. And Mark goes, you're going to be sadly disappointed. I'm like,
fatherly truth.
It's life. But then I was like, okay, well, now I didn't think they appreciated it, because it's just a bunch of candy. But I guess as teenagers, they still do. So now I felt like a complete idiot. But now I went to the craft store and I'm working on this craft.
Oh my God, Mindy.
It's a 12 days of Christmas punch out, I guess it's called. And so it's like an ornament box, and then you put tissue paper and you put little like gifts in each day of Christmas. So on day 1, you punch it out and you pull out your little gift.
It's like
and so I told them, I'm like,
sorry, it's like that Price is Right game where you'd like punch through the paper and see what you got. It could be good or it could be bad. I love this game.
Yeah, so the rest of the day, I'm going to be doing this, making these crafts, which is going to be like 10 times more the work had I just put candy in their stocking. But
okay, well, you know what? Just know you don't have to worry about Saint Nick after this year. I feel like you have completed.
Well, obviously I do.
Well, after this whole crafts thing, I feel like this is the grand finale.
And that's the end, the grand finale. Works for me.
This is it. Once everyone is 13 and above, you get one more. And that's it.
And then you start feeling mom's stocking.
Yeah, and then Saint Nick starts coming to mama.
Reverse. Yeah, that's right.
Reverse.
What about your week? Yeah.
Nothing exciting has happened this week except for that I think Chad might finally, after almost 3 years, be coming around to the cat lifestyle. Oh. We all know he's got a dog who I adore.
Yes, he's a dog guy.
Who's Adobe. Bash, yeah, he's Adobe. But the last few times he's been over here, I find him responding like I'm a crazy cat lady
like
for
you
my whole life.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I talk to my cats and I hear him going,
nothing wrong with that.
Mama.
Love it.
And she'll be like, meow. He'd be like, oh no, why? And she'll be like, meow. He's like, oh, and I'm like sitting there like trying to be silent because I'm like, I've been doing this for 40 plus years. He hasn't had cats and he's already like having a conversation or like I heard him going up because, my Haddonfield, who's your boyfriend, can be a bad boy sometimes. And I heard Chad going to him, oh, the bad boys, or what did he say? Oh, the girls love the bad boys. Oh, the girls love the bad boys. As he's like petting him.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, oh my
That's
God,
too
he's
funny.
becoming a cat talker. I love it. It just cracked
That's
me
funny.
up.
I think sometimes guys don't think they like cats, and then like my dad used to like. I don't like cats. Don't like cats. They had like a cat that lived in their he worked construction for many years, and so there was a office cat.
Yeah.
That he ended up being really close to. And then when I moved out and my little sister was there, she's like, can we have a cat? He's like, sure. I'm like, now you want a cat?
Stormy or something?
Yeah, Stormy. Yep.
I remember Stormy. But you're
So I
like,
never had a
fuck
cat,
Stormy. I never got Stormy when I lived in the house.
No. That's cute though.
But yeah, it's funny. Like, I think a lot of guys are reluctant to admit they like cats or even that they'll pet cats. I don't know why. They think it's not like a dog's a masculine thing. Like,
yeah, I know.
I don't know. Even my dad, like I said,
love the animals you want to love. It's okay.
And they love you.
They do. Hey, you mentioned that, and I don't think we've talked about this. You said when you were moving in, you got locked out of your house.
I didn't tell you this.
And so I
did.
We've been saving the story because I wanted to hear it, but I wanted to hear it on the podcast. So how the hell did you lock yourself out?
I know I'm really smart, and
You are.
So I was bringing stuff down to the garage level, like boxes, empty totes, things like that. I was going to put into the storage unit. So I walk back upstairs, and it's enclosed garage. Like I don't have a coat on or shoes. It's tempered. It's not 100% temperature control, but it's not cold by any means.
Yeah, right.
So I'm bringing stuff
Garages
down.
are usually
and
warmer.
I'm getting ready to go to bed. Get back to the top of the stairs where the door enters the kitchen, and it's locked.
Oh, fuck.
And I sat there for probably 5 minutes turning the door handle because I was like, I know there's no way out of here unless I get this door open. I have no shoes. It's like 20 degrees outside, no coat.
Now you can get outside. You can get out of the garage, but that doesn't do you much good.
I can get out of the garage, but then what? I don't have a phone. I don't have a key to get in the front door. I don't know any
was the
of
management
my neighbors.
Office open yet, or was it like a weekend where they're not there?
Maybe, but I didn't have a phone.
Shit. And they don't have like on-site like management, I'm guessing.
No, it's not on-site. No.
Mm-hmm.
No. And so I'm like,
so what the hell did you do?
For a very long time, I tried to figure out am I going to just make a run for it?
Did you cry?
Well, I didn't cry, which I'm very shocked
I was like,
about.
I could see you breaking down and like being so upset. You held your shit together.
Yes, but I normally don't. So when you asked did I cry, I am shocked that I didn't cry because I'm surprised I didn't, honestly. It's like I almost had to think like, and it was a work night, so I'm like, what am I gotta go lay in the back seat of my car because my car is unlocked. It's in my garage. Like I can sleep here. But then what am I going to do in the morning?
Still, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I start rooting through my trunk. This is such a stupid story. I still have a beach bag in there from the summer, right? So I find flip-flops. So I've got foot coverings. So
I can
thankfully,
see this. This is like a
this
sitcom.
is me
I love
figuring it out. I have
You're taking inventory.
Beach blanket that's like small, like that you would. It's almost like towel size. So I've got that. I find a regular blanket that I must just, being a Midwestern girl, keep in my trunk in the wintertime.
Yep, true.
So I'm wrapped up in these blankets and my flip-flops. Still have no idea what I'm going to do. But I'm like, I got to make a run for it and then decide what to do. So I walk up to the front of all of our apartments and this woman is walking her dog. Okay. And I must have looked like a
crazy
psycho,
person with your blanket and your
wrapped in blankets in my flip-flops.
Excuse me,
I'm going,
ma'am,
can you help me?
Oh God, I would have walked faster.
I would have left. I didn't say ma'am. I tried to keep it cool because she was younger.
Yeah.
And I was like, hi. She was like,
Oh,
hi. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I look really crazy right now. I just moved in and I locked myself out. And this is what I found in my car. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, do you have a phone I could borrow? And I only have like 2 phone numbers memorized.
Yes, of course.
Like nobody knows phone numbers anymore. So I'm like,
I know Mark's. That's it.
I know my dad's because it was our childhood phone number.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
He got transferred to a cell phone. And I know
His
Brett's.
cell phone,
I don't even know Chad's. And so I'm like, oh, and she was like, I was like, I don't need to come in. Like, I wasn't trying to be weird. I was like, can you call? I'll give you the number. I was trying to make it as comfortable for her as possible. Like, you can stay inside the door.
Yeah.
You can call for me. And she's like, no, come in. And like, I'm literally at this point now sitting on her couch.
Nice.
Like, this is true, genuine,
neighborly
love that I've never met. My dad finally picked up, which I thought was going to be way too late because it was past his bedtime.
Yeah.
But he finally came over with his key and let me in. And he goes, you need to put a spare key somewhere. I'm like, I know that don't tell you things. I didn't realize that the garage door, like the inside door locked too. So,
and you should keep that one locked. You should, because people can get into your garage and then they get into your house. Yeah. But
so I
have a spare key.
I still have not. I have a spare key somewhere. I will not tell where.
Probably a good idea. We'll keep that one a secret.
I'll tell everyone where it is. I'm just kidding. But yeah, is
it under the rock? Is it under the pot?
It's under the
mat.
soup can.
In your recycling bin.
But yeah, I literally stood in that staircase for about 20 minutes just going, what am I going to do?
Oh God.
What am I going to do? Like, no phone, no shoes. It's winter. Thank God my car was unlocked. I don't know why it would have been locked, but you know my luck.
Sure, and being a garage still,
probably would have been. And I'm like,
I looked like a Bestie, psycho. If you have ever locked yourself out of the house, we want to hear this story. You can email us at remelations@gmail.com. Give us your locked out of your house stories, locked out of your car. All those good ones. We want to hear them. We'll share them on the show.
Or even a dream. Maybe you had a dream you were locked out of a car or something. Like, give us the good stuff.
Hey, Bestie, are you enjoying this episode? Because if you are, we need you to do us one small little teeny tiny favor, and that is to tell a friend about the show. Tell your best friend. Tell your favorite dental nurse. Tell your favorite dealer at the blackjack table. And tell your favorite Christmas decorating nut job person that puts 3 trees up in their house about the show.
Oh, I know one of those. I'll tell her.
Yeah, you too. Can you tell her about the podcast? That'd be great.
I'll tell her.
That's how we grow. That's how more people tune in each and every week. And that's how we keep getting all these dreams to share with you. Yes, so tell your bestie.
We love it.
We'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, some crazy dreams this week.
Thank you so much for all of our catnaps today, dream stories.
We were all over the board. There were some funny parts. There was some really terrifying ones. Whew, and some premonitions.
Need to take a break.
We'll take a break until next week. Bestie, that's when we'll be back to share more dreams with you. But until then,
sweet dreams, bitches. That was good, Mindy. That was good.
That works.
Reeling it in.